I'm in. Oh my god. Bonjour and welcome to another vlog. As you've probably been able to guess, this week we are out in France. I'm down at the famous Lac Luna lake, and yeah, I am proper excited for the week ahead. I'm down here on one of the carp fishing socials. I'm down here with a couple of mates, and yeah, we've got a week ahead of ourselves to try and catch a few of the residents in this lake. It's the first time that I've ever been here. The lake is picturesque, the carp in here are immaculate, and yeah, to be honest, it feels like you're fishing back in England, except the carp are a lot bigger. There's fishing here to over 60 pounds. My goal for the week is to catch a 40 pounder. But yeah, the lake's been fishing really well. We've just done the draw for swims. I came 4th out, got one of the pegs which I wanted.
Come on, do it.
What are you in, 10?
10.
Yeah, I'll go peg 1. Which is, yeah, normally I come last out of draw, so it felt a little bit strange. But yeah, I'm gonna get the rods out. It looks like it is about to absolutely piss it down, but the conditions this week are going to be mega. Right, I'm gonna shut up, get the rods out and try and get one. Down this end of the lake, as you can probably see, it is very wady and you need to use a boat for pretty much everything. So yeah, I'm a little bit out of my depth because obviously I don't really do a lot of boat fishing, but found a couple of spots. One is a super small spot. Only gonna fish one rod on that. Now I've just put my first rod out and it is dinner time. Just had food delivered to the swim. Doesn't get much better than that. It's been a bit of a rush, but all 3 rods are out there and the traps are set for the night. I've seen a few fish showing in the area while I've been setting up, but to be honest, where I've sort of positioned the rods, it's in quite a lot of weed, so with photosynthesis and all that science stuff, I believe that I'm probably going to get bite time like early morning to around midday, but with the rods out there, there's always a chance. It's day 2 and last night was pretty uneventful and I had a good 7 hours of sleep. It might have been a bit of a struggle at the start, however, venue expert Lauren next door had managed to catch a couple of fish on the first night. Well done. I didn't want to video that fish going back anyway. So I'm just on the far side at the moment. I've reeled the rods in and yeah, I've made a few different changes. The first one and probably the most important is I've taken the mono off and I've decided to spurl up with braid. It's just going to make fishing in the weed much easier, especially if I hook something. But yeah, my peg is somewhere over there in the background and most of the fish that we've been seeing have been sort of between me and Phil. There's a weed bed out there and yeah, there's a lot of fish out there. We've seen a few crashing this morning, probably 12, 13 shows now. Seen a few on the drone. And yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 rods on the big spot which I found yesterday. However, with the 3rd rod, I'm going to go out there with the aquascope and I'm going to find a spot just on the edge of the weed where I think a few fish are patrolling. I'm going to drop a rig there and just put a handful of the house pellets over the top and that'll be the traps set.
Honestly, I thought that come off. Oh. I see it down the margin, like going for that, like one little branch. I was like, don't do me here after all that. So would you take a look at that? We're 36 hours into the session here at Lac Luna, and I've just caught hobnob at £50 8 ounce, which is a new venue 50. Got Finley Todd Hunter here on a tuition, and yeah, of course I'm showing him up a bit, but I'm sure he'll learn a thing or two. But yeah, what a way to start. Sure we'll have a few more. Fingers crossed. Let's get him back. Bosh. See ya.
Well done.
Nice. Nice.
New photo on the wall. Come on. Yes. It's literally just about to get light. Yeah, this other rod is just screamed off. Yes. And there we have it, the first carp from last night. And I say first carp, and that's because I was able to land two. After seeing Lauren next door catch one over 50 pounds, yeah, I was really desperate to get a bend with the rod last night. I started getting liners around 1 o'clock, then I had this one just gone 3 o'clock, and then at 5 o'clock in the morning, the other rod ripped off on the same spot. This one is actually named Dovey, and my goal for this week is to take Dovey off the wall. He caught a fish called Elster, I think it was. Yeah, that's going to be my target for the week. But there we have it, a 35-pound common to start the day, and hopefully it's not going to be the last one. Bosh! And here's the second one, Buddha at 37 pounds. I can't remember the ounces, but who cares? Fish number 2 is going to be a great week out here at Lac Luna. There's a man who's had a head loss after night 2. Before he even got here. He's moved his spot more times than there are carp in this lake. And then Lauren showed me what to do, and today's the first day I'm going to go and do it. But I'm just out in the boat at the moment. It's around midday. I haven't put out the rods since this morning. However, in the next couple of hours, I am actually going to put them back out. Now, obviously I caught 2 fish last night, but the final rod, which was down this tree line behind me, it had a ridiculous amount of liners. And yeah, I didn't get a bite, so I've just decided to come out on the boat just before I drop the rod, just to check the spots and see what happened really. And yeah, I've had my pants absolutely pulled down, because the spot, which was probably the size of an A3 piece of paper, I suppose, is now probably the size of a ground sheet, and there's no bait left. Like I said, I had plenty of liners, but one of them in particular was a lot more savage compared to all the other liners that I've been getting. And I think looking back now, I probably got done, which is a little bit frustrating. Now, on the rods that I caught the fish on, I caught one on a Ronnie, and the other one was just on my good old trusty blowback rig. And so yeah, I'm not sure why that rig didn't work, because it was just a blowback rig, just like one of the other rigs which I caught the fish on. So this is the spot where I was fishing last night. You can just see it all glowing up there. Literally, when I found this spot yesterday, it was just this little corner here. I sort of baited up underneath the snags a little bit just to try and like build the confidence up. And you can see they've polished off all this area here and even a little bit down here. I did bait up with quite a lot of bait, and apart from the odd boilie down there, they've pretty much eaten absolutely everything. It was clear that most of the fish which had been on my peg had ventured elsewhere for the day, so I spent the next few hours enjoying the nice weather and watching other anglers around the lake catch a few carp. As evening approached, it was time to get back into the fishing mindset and get the trap set once again. But I'm just going to drop the final rod for the night. I did actually do my rods just before food, however I sort of had like a weird occurrence on the left-hander down the margin, so I've just went and redone that. And it was quite interesting because I only dropped that rod probably 2 hours ago, and all the bait was gone already. So yeah, I've dropped that rod back out there, and I'm also going to redo my right-hander. My middle rod, I'm really confident with it, but yeah, this one, again, very sort of floating weed, catching on the braid. I'm sure I'll still present it, but obviously when you're going into the dark, you want to make sure that you're full of confidence, 100% rather than 99. So yeah, I'm going to go back out, drop the rig and see what happens. With the trap set, it was time to sit back, relax, have my fingers crossed that maybe a few carp would return back into the area. Well, it's about 11 o'clock. And that margin rod, which I got done on earlier, had a few liners. And yes, just absolutely tanked off. That's a good sign. Oh. Yes. Bosh. You might recognise this fish. That's because I've actually already seen this fish on the bank today. The guy over in Peg 9 caught it. And yeah, I've went and caught it this evening. The fish known as T-Rex, 35 pounds. And yeah, it's on the margin rod, which is brilliant. It means that all 3 spots are now working. And there's plenty of fish, a lot more fish out there compared to last night. So yeah, I'm gonna get it put that rod back out and try and catch something a little bit bigger. See you later, T-Rex. Probably will see it later. Look at that, getting liners at the same time.
Well, what a great start to what is going to be an even greater day. Today is my favourite day on these European social days. It's social barbecue day. So this afternoon, all the anglers are going to be reeling in. Coming round, we're going to play some beer pong, ping pong, some darts, have a great laugh, drink a few beers I'm sure, and just have a real good time. So I'm going to get this slip back, reel the rods in, and see all the anglers round at the barbecue.
When on a Carp Socials event abroad, there's a full day dedicated to socialising with the other anglers on the trip. This is a great chance to reel in the rods, reset, meet new people, have decent food and also talk about the thing which we all love, which is fishing. For more information, make sure to check out Carp Socials on Instagram or visit their website. Here Paul, your trophies are over here.
Oh yeah.
So we've got biggest fish, we've got most fish and then there's one here. That's Paul's.
The wooden spoon.
There's one person left on the limit to catch, and his name is Paul, and he's playing a fish, so I'm currently running round. Thank the f***ing Lord! Yes, man! Just out of the shower. Yes! Well, I just went and redone the rods for the evening, and the middle rod is just absolutely screamed off. Yeah, I've just jumped straight into the boat. There's no point really playing them from the bank. It's quite a weedy peg. Whew. Yeah, that rod's literally been out half an hour. My heart is absolutely racing here. Oh. Come on. Yes. Bosh. What are you saying?
29.
29, what are you saying?
28 on the dot.
What are you saying?
Only because you said that.
29.
28.14. £30. I love a bit of optimism.
28 pounds.
28, bang on, we have a winner.
What is it? 28 on the dot.
That's what I said, didn't I?
Yeah. What are you saying?
29, 29, 29.
I'll check that one out. Fish number 4, we're just going into the evening. I really done the rods probably around an hour ago, just after food. I was feeling pretty confident, but I wasn't expecting to catch one this quick. Like I said, one of the prettiest carp out here in Lac Luna. Fish number 4. Might not be the biggest, but it puts me in the lead to take home most fish. So yeah, I'm a very competitive person and I want to see that trophy come home. And you never know, fish number 5 might also win us the biggest fish. Let's not get too greedy, let's put it back, get the rods resorted, and let's see what tonight brings. In. Oh my god. Yeah. Well, I can't believe it. I literally put that fish back maybe about 20 minutes ago. I wiped out my other rod while playing that one, so I literally had one rod in the lake. I've just went and dropped the first rod back out on the spot. I was putting it on the rest and then the left hander just started sort of going up and down. I thought it was me, and the next minute the rod's nearly got dragged out my hand and I've hooked into another carp. And this one, I'm judging by the way that it felt with at the start, it's a bit of a better one. So I'm hoping it's still on. Yeah, it's still on. Oh my god. Tell you what, it is great fun playing the fish on these rods. Normally I use 12 or 13 foot rods, but I decided for this trip just to bring 9 foot dwarfs. It just makes it easier dropping the rigs and also playing fish on the boat. Obviously with a 12 or 13 footer you just lose control. And yeah, I'm not really the best on a boat, so having a shorter rod certainly helps. There we go. Fish number 5, and that is the second one this evening in the space of about an hour. Heather the leather. But I was like thinking, I don't know which side of the road I am. Biggest fish of the trip is, I knew straight away when I hooked it.
So good in focus.
Number 5. And it's the big one. I made that spot with an oar. I went under the trees, made a spot, chewed up a bit of barley, put it down there, crept back to the swim. Rod's ripped off, I've nearly got dragged in. And yeah, I knew it was a big one, and I mean, yeah, uncaught, 70 pound out of Lac Luna this.
Good angling, mate.
There we have it, fish number 2. I was literally in the process of redoing the rod after that first fish. I thought I'd wiped out the margin rod, and to be honest, I was sort of thinking of redoing it, but I'm glad I didn't, because this one decided to pick up bulk a bit. Yeah, I've got 2 rods back out there, I've still got the third one to drop. Bit of action carries on like this. Yeah, it's going to be a great night. Deja vu. It's the middle of the night. I haven't got a clue what time it is. And the middle rod is just screamed off. To be honest, I thought this had actually came off. I sort of hit the rod, got my life jacket on, and it was the first sort of fish that I was able to play through the weed, but it wasn't really kicking. And yeah, I just had a feeling that it came off. But I've been playing it now for probably 5 minutes, got my life together, and the fish is definitely still on, it's just in a bit of weed. This fish is pulling me absolutely everywhere. That's it, come on. Obviously when I'm using braid, you just have to take your time. Using 9 foot, 3.5 pound test curve rods out in a boat, so yeah, you just want to take your time, you don't want to pull too hard, as this is where disaster could strike. And trust me, after seeing this fish, I do not want to lose it. Come on. Oh my god. I can't get it in my net. check that out. Dory at £42, 8 ounces. Our biggest fish of the trip down at Lac Luna so far. And yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. The fishing, it hasn't been easy, so you never know, this might be the final fish of the trip, and if it is, I'm not going to be complaining. What a fish. That carp rounded off the trip perfectly, and let's just say the fish had other ideas on my mind, and that's the reason we didn't catch anything else. But it was time to reel in, go home and get ready for the following week. Go on, that's a big one. Go on. Oh, yeah, Dylan, I've got the mirror. Dylan, get the net, get the net, get the net, get the net, get the net.